Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and today is pizza day. We are doing pizza in the wood-fired oven. So I'm going to take you from start to finish how we do this. I'm also going to go one more step for you and show you how you can put together your own pizzas for your freezer. Perfect. It is so nice to be able to pull one of them out, put them in your nice hot oven on your pizza stone, and you'll have beautiful pizza and without all the hassle. So first off, it is early morning. I always do my dough first and I get my pizza pans ready. I make my pizza in my wood-fired oven, but I don't lay them, which I could lay them on the floor of my oven. Absolutely fine. It's clean, it's perfect, but most of the people that I'm making pizza for, they love their pizza crust very, very soft. And the only way I can achieve that is if I use my pizza pans. So that's what I'm doing this morning. The first thing I do is get my dough all ready and I put it in my pizza pans with my sauce and my cheese. So let's get that step out of the way first so we can have a successful day at making pizza. I've got my mixer out. Now you don't have to use a mixer. You can mix this all by hand. Okay? Let's see here. Before I do that, I gotta get my sugar down because that's how we're gonna feed our yeast. Okay, so right away, I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of yeast, okay? And I'll put this recipe in the description box as well. And we're going to use 3 tablespoons of sugar. If I can get it out of there. Hold on a minute. I've got to take and break that up a little bit. There we go. All right, 3 tablespoons of sugar. There's 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And to that, I'm going to add 4 cups of very, very warm water. You almost think it's too hot. It's perfect. Now we're just going to let that bloom. And when I mean bloom, I mean it starts to get frothy so that you know that the yeast is active. I'm using the instant yeast, so I know it's not required, but I still, out of precaution, always make sure that yeast is alive. And that'll only take a few minutes for that to start. I do have dough that I had in the freezer. I put this in the refrigerator last night. So I just took this out maybe half hour ago. I don't want to work with this until it's to room temperature. So that'll be if I need any extra dough. Otherwise I can whip up dough real easy. Okay, so our dough has bloomed. So now I'm going to put it, well, before I do that, I always forget my oil. I'm going to do a 1/3 cup of oil. And I'm using olive oil. It's just best. With your pizza dough, olive oil is the best. Okay, we're going to set that aside because we're not done with that oil. Now I've got 9 cups of flour that's going in here. And I just pour it all in at once. I forgot my dough hook. Okay, and to that, I'm going to do 3 teaspoons. Is it 3 or 2? I've got my recipe up here. 3 teaspoons of salt. Look, my cupboard's a disaster, but I keep my recipe taped right there. For quick reference, 3 teaspoons of salt. I got a lot of recipes in my head, but you know, sometimes you just got to double check. Okay, I'm gonna let this mix for a good 8 minutes, and then it'll be ready to work with because I don't let it rise. I just right away roll it out, get it in my pans, and get it ready to go. So I'm going to turn the camera off because I'm not going to bother you with all this noise. Okay, so I got the dough is all mixed, ready to go, and I'm just oiling up my pizza pans. I use a little olive oil on them. And even, you know, the ones that I'm going to do in the freezer, they will go in the freezer right in these pans and freeze. It pops right out, and then I can put it on my pizza round and package them up. So we'll get these all going, and then we'll get them filled with the dough. Beautiful. We'll just stack them over here. I'm doing 8 of them today. And I might do the other 4 into already made pizzas as well. I shouldn't say already made. I'm not going to bake them. I'm just going to put the sauce and the mozzarella cheese on the dough. And then I freeze them. So that way, most of the time they go to my daughter because she can't come in and enjoy pizza. And the kids, my grandkids, love pizza. So that's what I do for them. And then she can put whatever she wants on them. And it works well. So let me get this all finished. These 8 pans. And we'll get going on the dough. Okay, that one sit right there. Okay, friends. It's wet and raining outside, and I always tell you that can affect your dough. So my dough is a little stickier than normal, but I don't want to add more, you know, any more than necessary to it because I don't want it to get dense. So we're just going to knead it a couple times just so we can work with it. Here we go. I'm going to scrape it out of here. It's beautiful dough. It's light and lively. But I want every last crumb out of there. Okay. Look at how lively that is. Beautiful dough. Absolutely. Okay. I just want it to where I could work with it. Okay? Now, I thought my camera wasn't rolling. Now I'm going to cut this dough into 8 pieces. Okay, so we're just going to move these, roll them in a little bit of flour. I don't roll them in balls because I'm working with them right away. If I was going to make the pizza this time and just do the, you know, pizza on the oven floor, well then I would roll it into balls and cover it. But these are going to go right in my pans, and it's going to sit out in my sun porch because it's like 40 degrees in my sun porch this morning, and it's not going to get too warm today. So it's like a walk-in cooler out there, and they'll be nice out there. So that's what we're going to do. I just get them rolled around so they don't stick together. I might have to steal a little bit from another one to make them all pretty much the same size. All right. We are good with that. A little more flour on the board. I don't want that on there. Okay, so sometimes people think this is rather intimidating, but pizza dough is easy. Easy peasy. I'm just gonna kind of shape this into a ball because I want a circle, okay? All right, so now I just roll it. And next week, I'm going to do a video and show you all the different things you can make with simple pizza dough. It's not just for pizza. Okay, that's a nice big round right there. I'm going to put that right in my pan. And that one's ready to go. Okay, easy. Here's the next one. Always got to have a little extra flour on your board. Keep it floured nicely. It's real easy to work with. It doesn't have to rise. You don't have to let it rise. I want to make that perfectly clear. Now next week when I show you some other recipes using pizza dough, some of them will have to let rise. But not the pizza itself here. Okay. My pans are all oiled up, so we're good to go. You can just run your fingers around and give it a nice edge. Or you can keep it flat in there. Perfect. All right. Now that you see how I do that, I'm going to get the rest of these done. And then we'll get them filled with the sauce and the cheese. And then we can move on to our veggies, because this day I'm going to saute my veggies before they go on the pizzas. If you get a piece that's funky like this, you can stretch it. It stretches very easy. And then roll it into your circle the best you can, because you can always reshape it in the pan as well. See how I'm doing that? All right, perfect.
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
I gotta still go with the dough.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I forgot you got a package.
I got a present in the mail.
Hi, friends.
Ooh, what is it?
Popping things.
Oh, food storage containers. I know where these came from. These came from Chris. Thank you, Chris, from City Girl Homestead. Go check her out. Her channel is City Girl Homestead. She does lovely meals and canning. Okay. Let's see. Aw, thank you, Chris. These are nice. You know what? My fingers are all dirty. Can you open them, Papa? These are beautiful, friends. And I believe she said they're on sale right now. So I'm going to put a link to these in my description box so that you guys can check these out. These are wonderful. I love them. I don't have the great big ones. I got the smaller ones.
Man, that's some thin plastic.
Yeah. Ooh, look at them. Those are beautiful. No, my fingers are too dirty. Those are nice size. Oh, friends, look at these. And then there's the other lid. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. There's measuring cups. Oh, I love it. And to write on. Oh, these got these stickers you can write on there. Nice. I'm going to leave those right in there. Leave that in there. I'm going to put these up. I'm going to use those. These are beautiful, friends. Look at how nice these are. And they just snap down. They're gorgeous. Absolutely. Will you put those in the pantry, love? Thank you, Chris. Those are beautiful. All right, well, let me wash my hands. All right. We got those. So now I'm going to keep this aside. And my rolling pin. Because I do have the other dough balls that I may put together. This is easy cleanup. I'm just going to scrape this up real quick. Get this cleaned up. Get my sauce and my cheese out. And I'll show you our next step. Okay, friends. This is very easy to do. Okay? And this is how you would do it if you're going to freeze them too. Same way. Okay? This is all my homemade dough. Or my homemade dough and my homemade sauce. These are from the tomatoes I grew in my own garden too. It's beautiful. I just spread the sauce on this pizza. Just like so. Just to the edges. See that? Nice big spoonful. And just spread it to the edges. Now I got some of my friends who love it slathered in sauce. And I'll do that for them. But for the most part, it's just this little bit. Now I'm just going to take my mozzarella cheese. I'm going to try not to get it up on the edges, of course. I'm going to lay it on there just to where it just covers the sauce. Just like so. Now with this, if you don't have a pan like this, I got an idea. You can use cake pans. They're 9-inch, but you can use them. And or a 10-inch pie plate, you can use that too. Or you can just, wrap them, make a circle out of your pizza, put your pizza together, and put it on trays and flash freeze them. But these will flash freeze in here beautifully, and then they just pop right out. And from there, all I do is package them up once they're froze. I wrap them in plastic first. I'm ahead of myself. I put them on a pizza cardboard, and then I wrap them in plastic. Perfect. I'll show you. And then I put these out in my sun porch where it's nice and cool right now. It's like a walk-in cooler out there, so they do fine out there. I don't have to worry. Oh, got ahead of myself. I don't have to worry about trying to find room in my fridge that way. I love that. Okay, I'm going to get these finished up because you see how I did that. Just put your sauce right to the edges of your pizza. And remember, where that sauce touches, it won't rise. So if you get sauce on your crust, that little spot, you know, it'll hinder the rise on it when it's in the oven. And if you want a nice crust on there, you don't want no sauce on it. All right. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, friends. First off, I got these mushrooms, and they're already cleaned and sliced, so I don't have to clean them. We're going to saute them up with a little butter. Okay? So I'm going to use probably about 3 tablespoons on all those mushrooms. I might not even need that. Maybe I'll start with 2. I'll put that in that pan. So I got this pan over here. We're going to turn this on. And when that butter melts, we'll toss these mushrooms in there with a little bit of salt. It's the same thing as like because you know when you put mushrooms on pizza, mushrooms give off a lot of water and it'll make your pizza dough real soggy. The best thing to do, and my friends love it, is to saute the vegetables. So just like when I made the mushroom soup, we're going to put a little bit of butter in there, and we're going to put a little bit of salt with the mushrooms and let that water cook out of them. Okay. Now we're going to get, actually I want to put 2 more tablespoons in here for the onions. Okay. Because we're going to get those going because those take quite a while to caramelize. So we'll do those right away. And I got a beautiful red onion right here. The tomatoes are going to go in there sliced up. And here's my little garbage bowl. Okay. Come on. Okay. All right. I'm just going to slice these very thin on the edge. I need to turn my fan on. Wow. Those are strong, friends. Ooh. We gotta turn this burner on too. We can turn that up just a little bit. Whew. Those are fiery. Slow down when you get to the fingers. All right. So those are going to wait to get done. The mushrooms are going to wait for that. Well, I can put them in there now. I'll turn this around so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to put all these mushrooms in here. The whole big bunch of them. We're going to do just a little bit of salt in here. I'm also going to do a little bit of pepper in there. Beautiful. Okay. The onions, we're going to put a little dot of sugar in there because that will help them to caramelize. Okay. Now we're just going to let these cook down and get all that water out. Those are some big mushrooms. Beautiful. Okay. I don't want to mix and mingle the mushrooms and onions because some of my friends don't like mushrooms. That's why I'm using 2 pans. Otherwise, like my daughter's family and anybody else who likes mushrooms and onions, I just saute them together. But, okay, I'm going to cut up these tomato slices and get them back in the fridge. My friends love sliced tomatoes on their pizza. So we just slice them nice and thin so they don't give off too much water, and then they get a little char on them and they're divine. My husband used to always say, I don't want no tomatoes on mine, no tomato slices on mine. Well, one day he got a hold of a tomato slice on the pizza. He wasn't paying attention, apparently. He loved it, and now he can't get enough of it. He's got to have tomato slices on his pizzas. How I wish he was like that with mushrooms, hey? I'm slicing this with this one because I want them nice and uniform and thin. Okay. That'll be good. All right, we'll get this covered. Get this put in the fridge. Our onions over here are ready to go in. We need that. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just sauteing these down. Okay. These are doing good too. Now, let me turn that down just a little bit. And let all that liquid evaporate out of there. All right, so the tomatoes can go in the fridge. They're good. The peppers. I'm going to saute these too, and I'm going to mix them. The green peppers and some of these are beautiful. You know, when I cut these up for pizza, if you slice your peppers up and you put them in a container with paper towel on the bottom and the top, they last for weeks. Beautiful and crisp. And they're good. Love it. So, when we get our mushrooms done, we'll be sauteing peppers. I want to put just a little dot of sugar in there, not much, just a little bit. And I mean just a little bit. That's about all it's going to take. I got about a half a teaspoon in there. And I am going to put salt and pepper in there. Beautiful. Okay. Those are going to be gorgeous. And if you could see this, you would see, I think you might be able to see in here, you see all the water that's starting to release. Beautiful. These are going to be good pizzas today. All right, so I want to cut up the rest of these. And I got some beautiful yellow tomatoes out of my garden too, the little cherry tomatoes.
I got her blazing, but she's not ready.
No, it doesn't matter. It'll take a little bit, and that's fine. Our first pizza order is at 2, so I just want to be able to clean it out real good. Did you get it all cleaned out real good? I'm sauteing all the veggies for the pizzas. Nice. Actually, I want to use these. Well, I don't want that one. Not that one. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough of those for the meantime. Onions are doing really good. Get in there. Mushrooms are getting there. They're still liquid in them. All right, I'm gonna let those go. I got these all ready. Let me cut, just a few more. And that should be good. I almost got my finger. All right. Okay, so the mushrooms are done. I turned them off. I'm gonna get a nice big handful of these green to go with the other. Oh, I gotta put another piece of paper towel in there. Good. This can go back in the fridge. All we got left to do now is saute the peppers. Let the onions finish. Clean up my mess, and everything will be done. And then Mr. Wayne has got the oven going real good out there. It's going to take about another hour for that to heat up. So, and that's all right. We got a lot of stuff to do. To get to that point. I have to clean that stove floor so that I can put some of these pizzas on that bare, hot floor. I'm going to give these to my chickens. These are overripe. My chickens will love this stuff too. Anyway, so I will be back. I'm just going to finish sauteing these onions. They're looking divine, friends. I turned it way down on low. I'm going to give them about another 5 minutes, and I'm going to call it good with them. I'm just going to turn it off and let them cool. The mushrooms are good in there. Beautiful. Then I'm going to put them in different containers, and I'm going to probably go ahead and saute the peppers right in my onion pan after it's done. We're going to go ahead and put these mushrooms, they're beautiful, right in this container. And get this cleaned up, and I can just go ahead and saute the peppers right in this pan. Okay. I got my pan washed out. We're going to saute those, and I turned the onions off. We're going to saute these peppers. You know what? I'm going to turn that on and dry that pan off. Then we're going to saute up these peppers so we can get this out of the way. I've got all my, we're doing pepperoni with this today. I'm not going to do any other meat but pepperoni. All right. We're going to toss that in there. Let that melt. Then get our peppers in there. See how gorgeous those onions are? I turned them off, so they're just sitting there. I think I'm going to take them out of there. We'll put them in this container right here. Look at those, they're gorgeous. Beautiful. Okay, and that will be enough. You don't have to saute onions, but they taste so much better if you do. You could slice your red onions real thin, and they'd be fine. They would cook on your pizza, but nothing beats sauteed veggies on a pizza. Okay, we're gonna put these all in here. I'm gonna get them sauteed. Now you could roast these in your oven. Sure, I'm just sauteing them. I gotta let this one cool down a little bit before I clean it. Those can go over there. All right, this will be nice too. Now I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper on them. Just a little bit. Okay. Beautiful. I had a gal make these. She made these for me for a present a few years back, and I just love them. Okay, so I just got this stirred up real nice. All broke up. Now those are just going to saute there. And we're going to turn them down to medium because I don't want them burned. That's my power burner. I'm being a good girl. I'm drinking my cranberry juice. It's chilly outside. And it stopped raining, so it's damp out there. But it was so hot in this house from cooking because I roasted 10 pounds of chicken this morning too, the legs and thighs, so I can debone that and package that for the freezer. And it got so hot in here I had to turn the heat off and open up the windows. I hope you're all having fun with me making pizza. We're gonna have a ball. I wish you all could taste it. All right. I'm just going to let those cook a little bit real slow. And when those are done, I'll be back. But in the meantime, I'm going to go outside and I am going to clean the floor of that oven because I need to do that when it's hot. Okay, I moved those over to this burner. That one's just too powerful to try and saute. I washed the pan, let it sit there and dry before I season it again. And somebody asked me how I season my pans and that they would like me to do a video on that. You know what? I'm going to tell you something and I'm going to be right out honest with you. If I did a video and showed you how I take care of my cast iron and season my pans, I would have so many of these cast iron experts screaming at me. I wash my pans with soap and water after every use. I don't want any of my last meal's remnants in my pans the next time I use them. I don't just wipe them out. I wash them with hot soapy water. I put them on the stove just like this to dry, and then I heat them up and I put a layer of nice olive oil in there. And as you can see, nothing ever sticks. And my pans, they're seasoned beautifully. They're maintained nice, they're seasoned beautifully, they're just gorgeous. That's how I've always done it. That's how my mother did it. So these people that get on there, I think, okay, but I'm not doing that, you know. I do it my way. I would not want to eat out of a pan that's never been washed with soap and water. I'm sorry. That's like wiping your plates off and serving your next meal. I can't get past that. So I'm probably not going to do a video on it because I'll have some haters out there. But is what I do, plain and simple, I scrub them with hot soapy water. If there's something that's caked on them, I've got a little chain scrubber that I use to clean them. But every one of my pans get cleaned with hot soapy water and they get put on the stove to dry, just like this one right here. I can show you right now. Put on there to dry. I turn the burner on. I get them screaming hot. I put a little bit of oil in them. This one is hot. It's still hot enough to take that seasoning. And I just rub that oil around. That's it. It heats it up, and when that iron heats up, that cast iron, it's got pores that open up and absorb. They take in the oil. And that's what gives it its layer of seasoning and this non-stick. That's all I do. Beautiful. It's a beautiful pan. All right, that one can sit there and cool. That one's all clean. I want these to cook up just a little bit more. Alrighty, friends. These are all done beautifully. And they still got some life in them, but they're not going to make my pizza soggy. Okay, friends, so now that we got all these done, and they're beautiful, I'm just going to let them cool off. I don't want to put them in the fridge till they're cool, because we got a little bit. It's going to take about another good hour before our stone oven is hot enough to start making pizzas. But everything's done. So now all I got to do is clean up my little bit of mess, and clean the oven floor on the wood oven, and we'll be ready for pizzas. So I'll see you when we start putting our pizzas together. All right, friends, we are ready to to put our pizzas together. So I'm going to put my pepperoni on this. Okay. How fun is this? I love this. All right, so we're going to do, my hands are all clean. I just scrubbed them. And my gloves aren't here yet. So we're just going to put some mushrooms through here. Some of these beautiful cooked sauteed mushrooms are gorgeous. Okay, and a few peppers. Look at that. And a few of these onions that are, oh God, they're gorgeous. We're going to try one of these too. Oh, I got to get my tomato slices. And I also have to get my cheese, because you got to put just a little dot of cheese on top of that, you know. Okay, this one is going to be without mushrooms. This was just going to be onions and peppers. Beautiful. These turn out so nice, and those onions are just, they send it over the top. Okay. All right, now, everybody loves these tomato slices, so we're going to put a couple of nice tomato slices on there. There we go. All right, these are the first two we're going to cook. I am just going to cover this up because I am going to be right back in here to make more toppings. All right, so now I'm going to dry my hands off. We're going to do just a little bit, and I don't even need to drizzle these with olive oil because they have, I'm just going to put a little bit of, just a little dot of cheese on top. Okay. Cover that back up. I'm going to show you these. Gorgeous. Let's go cook these. All right, friends, there's our beautiful fire in our oven. And our pizzas are going in. And I leave them right on my pan. And if the bottom needs to be browned at all, well, then I just brown it. So I'll show you how this is looking in here. That's good. Okay, so those will cook a little bit in there, and then I'll turn it. And it'll take about, well, it's kind of cooling down in there now. Let's see. No, it's still 800 degrees in there, so they'll cook in a matter of about 4 or 5 minutes. And you just gotta keep turning them. Okay, you can bring them. Oops. You can bring them out here. And you just turn them around and put them back. Same with this. I bring it out, turn it around, and put it back. Do that every few minutes, and you'll have a beautiful pizza.
See them getting gold and brown on the edges.
go. I'll show you when they're all done. Easy it is to make pizza in our wood-fired oven. Now you know that's screaming hot in there. Look here. It's 718 degrees in there still. Right at the door is about 400. I'm just going to let that fire burn out, and it's going to take a while. And I bet if I just put the door on it and left it the way it was, it would probably still be about 400 degrees in the morning to bake bread. And that's what I might do. I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Okay, friends, we had a ball out there cooking. We made 11 pizzas today, and every one of them is gone. I had a couple of the frozen pizzas that I prepared in my freezer for my daughter. And I thought, oh no, now I'm not going to have... I looked in there and I found one because I thought I'm not going to have any to show you how easy these are to wrap up for the freezer. But I got one. So that's what we're going to do. These come out of here real easy. And I'll show you what I do. I just take a fork. See? Make right a hold of that. I put it on my little, this is a pizza board or a cake round, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I put it on. This can go in my sink. These are so nice because all the cheese, all it is the sauce and the cheese on it. So you can take it out of your freezer, even frozen. Put whatever you want on it. Pop it in about a 425 degree oven, 450 degree oven, and you'll have a beautiful pizza in about 15 minutes. So these ones, I've got 4 more of these in my freezer. These are going to my grandkids because they love pizza, of course. That's all there is to it. Now, I don't wrap them in foil or anything like that because they're not going to last long enough in the freezer to warrant wasting your foil on them, you know. And that's it. That's how easy it is to wrap up that pizza. It's just a little cheese pizza. Now you can take it out frozen, put whatever you want in it or on top of it. The best thing is the sauteed veggies. I'm telling you, friends, that's fantastic tasting. And my daughter, Bevy, who lives down in Georgia, told me that she goes to the Whole Foods store down there. And she gets pizza with caramelized onions and mushrooms and all the veggies all caramelized on it. And I thought, you know what? That's what inspired me to try this. And it's fantastic. And I will do it again. So anyway, friends, that's it. That's our pizza making day. I'm going to go sit outside in front of our fire. I don't think you've seen it. We got a fire going in the bonfire. I'm going to relax and enjoy myself. You all have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen. And I'll see you in the next video. And as always, thanks so much, friends, for watching.